All right, I'm back for Dust 2S's ongoing coverage of Fragadelphia X Block 2025. I'm with Minus of Marsborne, following a exciting series to survive here at the 10K line event. So I don't think a lot of people would have expected Marsborne to have so much trouble taking down ESEA Advanced side Wanted Goons. What went so, I guess, wrong on maps 1 and 2 that dragged out that series to a real slap fight?
We definitely had a lot of nerves going into it. Like, this is our first LAN as a team, and we're a newer team, so everybody's a little jittery. We weren't really making decisions, sticking with them. Everybody wanted to have like new ideas coming in, and we kind of just overthought. And I personally was really nervous. First LAN, kind of freaked out, but we're all good now. And I think we really came back and did well on Ancient and showed that we are the better team. The first two maps were just a little rough, but I think we're good now. I think tomorrow will be a way better showing for us.
And with that, you did mention that there's some jitters to be expected because this is your first LAN. A big step for you. What are you? How are you enjoying your first LAN, your first outing with a team? Your team, your new team, Marsborne, and just teams in general.
I actually really like everybody on Marsborne. This is probably the best team I've ever been on. Like, personality-wise, everybody meshes together great. So we've been having a great time together, just like watching shows at home, watching demos. And then everybody here's been very nice too. Not a lot of shit talk, anything like that. Everybody's been very nice. I got to meet a lot of new people I've never met before, so it was sick.
Talking about the formation of this Marsborne squad, it kind of came together very, very quickly. One day we were seeing Steel and Skadoodle on Undone, and the next day we were seeing, Marsborne kind of come into formation. We had a chance to talk to Wolfie about the formation of the squad, but kind of how did you end up coming into this project?
So the org actually reached out to me originally, and I was the first person they originally brought on, and then I messaged Hunter because I worked with Hunter on org lists. I think he's a great coach, and he has a lot of tier 1 experience to really elevate an NA team up to like the higher level. So I first messaged Hunter, and then Hunter started talking, and he's like, I really want to play with Wolfie, and I think Wolfie's smart, like he's a genius compared to all of us. So we got them, and then Grizz, upcoming great player. So we take a chance on Grizz, and we got him, and he's been absolutely destroying. And then we were looking for a new two, and we were like, okay, we can get Ian and Connor, and it's a lot of experience coming from them. They've been playing top NA for a while, and then Benefit also get the ECL slot, so that was pretty nice. But that was it, basically.
You mentioned Hunter Lucid, who's your head coach. You mentioned you worked with him previously on the DAPS Orgless lineup. How important was it to bring him on board for this new lineup, based on your previous experience working with him?
I think we would be 50% worse without Hunter. Hunter is by far the best coach in NA, in my opinion, right now. He just has such a good way of explaining things, such a good way of motivating everybody, just keeping us all together and keeping us focused on what we want to do and what goal we want to hit. And it's been going great so far.
And now, unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it out to this land due to some personal circumstances. You have actually Viathan, who people might know from Party Astronauts, standing behind the team. Yeah. How's he rising to the occasion? And what can you tell me about his his role on the team and like where he fits into this?
So Luke is our secondary coach. He focuses more on the individuals, while Hunter's more working about the macro. So personally, I watch a lot of demos with Luke or Viathan. He's more like a one-on-one kind of guy, and he's brings a lot of energy to the team, a lot of hyping up everybody, stuff like that.
One other interesting sort of factoid about this squad is the fact that the general manager of Marsborne is actually your older brother, known as Kashmir Online. What's that arrangement like, having kind of your boss, your direct report, being your older brother?
So actually, I love it because when I was going into this, I just wanted to make sure I would be okay. Be able to focus in, grind as much as I want, and be good. So they let him come on. He was part of it from the start. Great addition. I think he's a really good manager. Everybody loves him. And then also, it's strictly business. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not on the team because he's my brother. Like, if I need to get cut, I get cut. People are like weird about it, but I think it's not that big of a deal.
What people may not know is this is actually part of a sort of long journey for you as a player to come to being able to do your first LAN. I think we first honestly started hearing about you, back maybe when you were playing with on Josh RT on Prospects, or playing on BBC, or playing on Big Chillin'. Does it feel good to kind of finally be making forward progress in your career after, in some regards, spending a long time spinning your wheels, to say?
I feel like it is very nice to be actually on a team that I feel like can go far. On the other teams, I think Orgless was a very good team. We just had little issues, but I think we could have made it as well. But I don't really think I sat too long because I took a few extended breaks, I don't know.
No worries. And I think one important part of your sort of origin story or your formational story as a player is obviously you've been very, very transparent and very vocal about your struggles with mental health.
Yeah.
What can you sort of tell us about that and your, that and like how you've worked to, overcome your struggles to be able to now, potentially win a LAN in your first LAN outing?
I mean, I'm not a too personal guy. I don't really want to speak about personal struggles, but I have a very good surrounding support system at home now, especially with my older brother. Being able to be kind of part of my work and my life helps me out a lot. And then I have also gotten on new medication that just changed my life. It's very good.
And I bet it also really feels good to have the two owners of your organization, the recently founded Marsborne, come out. What's that been like for you having basically the whole org here for you guys?
They're great. I love them. They're probably the nicest guys I've ever met in esports. They just want to show up, like help us out as much as possible, get us to where we need to be, and then come. They support every game. They cast every game. It's amazing. Like they're really, really, really good.
And now with the Marsborne squad making it to day 3 of Fragadelphia X Block, you're going to have to run something of a gauntlet because now you'll need to take down getting info and most likely face Blue Jays should they beat Lag. Do you think this comeback, dragged out fight win against Wanted Goons leaves you guys in a good space to potentially take the event tomorrow?
I think we will do a lot better tomorrow. I don't have expectations or anything because this is our first LAN. We're a new team, but I think we'll do really well. We just need to have a lot more composure than we did today, and then actually get on stage, be able to play on the nicer PCs. I think it will go really well.
And then one final thing, we did at the start of the interview talk about getting that ECL spot, and because of the vitalness of using it to grind ECL, of grinding, VRS points. Unfortunately with that, we did actually recently see the Valve's questionable changes to the VRS system, which saw Marsborne, I believe, go from something like 25th in the world to like 57th, or even beyond potentially. How did that feel for you guys to have that happen to you, almost at the apex of the team's recent success?
It's honestly really gut-wrenching because we were just sitting there one night and we're like, okay, we should make it the MRQ because our position currently, and then we started looking, all of a sudden we were just dropped so far and we're like, okay, do we have a chance to make the major, or do we kind of just focus on next year and like the next major coming up? And I think we do have a good chance to make the major. I don't know if the PGL qualifier ended up getting rescheduled or not, but if we play in that, I think we'll do well. We'll be able to play with our full 5 hopefully and actually get some VRS points. I think we will maybe make it if we're lucky. We got to do well.
All right, so that is Minus from Marsborne. The squad will be looking to take their first LAN tomorrow at Fragadelphia X Block. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you guys prepare for tomorrow.